Big pink back in action.
Yeah, and I made sure to turn off the HUD, that way you couldn't see how the outcome was going to be.
That's fair. I appreciate that.
Like, I'm going to make this way too easy.
Good start. I mean, this entire play is just solid. Go get mid boost. That's cool. Jerry pushes up. It's great. The only thing I'll say right here is this guy. He looks awkward as crap, so we don't know if he's gonna touch this ball. I would recommend staying on the ground just a bit longer because this ball is gonna fall anyway. So
what's funny is when I jumped in that, and I even told Jerry this, I'm like, oh crap, I jumped way too early, and I just tethered it enough to hit it in.
Yeah,
so I think I got more lucky than anything because I definitely jumped way too early.
Probably jumping like top of the box-ish is probably where you want to go because this guy has ball cam on, so he's staring up here anyway. So he has no idea what you're doing, whether you're coming in or not. Yeah. So he's like full panic mode. So literally,
when I got to that, I'm like, crap, I gotta lay off the boost, otherwise I'm gonna overshoot this.
Yeah, because the funny thing is, if you just drive on the ground, this dude still misses this ball because he full out panics, and then you just have it tapping. It works out anyway, but I like the confidence of jumping though, because that's something that did not happen last time.
I tell Jerry that all the time, like, dude, just jump, because the ball's gonna get height.
Correct. When in doubt, just jump. I like this boost steal. That's good. Good use of ball cam to keep track of what's going on. Just chilling. They are absolutely panicking. That's actually a really nice angle by Jerry. This is, again, just, like, good positioning. You're here in case you're needed. You creep up here in case you're needed. And you're not needed. But, perfect. That's good. Patience, just letting the play develop in front of you and not doing anything too crazy. Good start. 2-0 early on. Oof. Okay. So, in situations like this, it's important to just take a moment to realize what position the other team's in. So if we look at this guy right here just went for this kickoff. So his priority, if this ball goes back towards his net, he's going to get this mid boost. He is not focused at all on making a play on this ball as soon as it gets past him. So as soon as you make this touch, he's out of the play. He's gone. He's going to get boost. You literally take both of them out of the play with this one touch. So currently you have one guy behind you who's probably on 0 boost, picking up the mid. This guy's flying into Narnia. Who knows where he's going? You have all the time in the world. Don't panic. And a lot of players will see this and they'll go, oh shoot, it's an open net. Don't mess it up. Go fast. Don't let the guy recover behind you. But literally, you have all the time in the world. Yeah. The guy behind you is so slow. I guarantee you probably heard him. And you're like, okay, let's just get this in fast enough, but literally just sit on the ground, let this come down, and that's a free tap-in. Don't make plays harder than they need to be. I like this. Okay, so let's take a look at this in full. This is fine. I like this pressure. Right here, as soon as you get in this position, there is almost no play that you're going to be able to make from this spot that's going to make the guy in midfield have any easier time. The only thing that's going to happen if you try to touch this ball is you're going to confuse the crap out of whoever's waiting midfield, because they're going to have no clue what the touch is going to do, because it could do literally anything from here. The ball could land on you and roll out back out to the corner. It could get pinched over to the other side. Whenever you kind of get caught under the ball like this, it is almost always in your best interest to just leave the play.
Gotcha.
Because this guy is going to have whatever's coming out of this corner. That's one of my weaknesses
too. Like, anytime I see the ball like directly above me, I'm like, I don't even know what to do.
And the thing is, like, when you're underneath the ball, the person, your teammate, has a way better idea what's going on. Yeah. Because you're stuck underneath it and you're like, I don't know if I'm being challenged. I don't know if this ball is going to get ripped away from me in 5 seconds. So if you're ever awkward, just get out of there.
Because that's the other thing I told him, like, if you see me drive away from the ball, it's because I'm setting myself up for the next shot.
So in this spot, you're kind of caught awkwardly under this ball. There's this real nice boost right over here. So Jerry's got the midfield covered. There's no way this team can break out and counterattack that fast. I would literally just boost all the way across, take this, rotate back.
Gotcha.
Because if they also want to launch a counterattack, they're going to want boost, so they're probably going to look to take this in the near future. So if you take it, it makes their lives a lot harder. And again, with this, careful rotating all the way back. Like,
yeah,
you have...
I cannot break that.
I was going to say, you're actually in a really good spot. So you have 43 boost. The ball, the last time we saw it, is above their net. So again, they have no avenue to clear this quickly. The only way they get a strong clear is if someone is driving up the backboard and is hitting it clear off the backboard, which I really don't think is going to happen. So if you literally just drive, grab this boost, and then turn around, grab this pad over here, and then rotate around to like here, facing your opponent's backboard, you're prepared for whatever attempt to clear they have. By going all the way back like this, we are pretty much saying, okay, we've given up on offense, you guys can have the ball, it's your turn to attack. And the last thing we want in a game of Rocket League is to take turns attacking if we can help it. We always want to be in control of this ball. So we never, unless absolutely necessary, we never want to give the opponent the entire field. Because, again, in this situation, we know that Jerry's not going to be able to maintain pressure on this ball because he's currently falling into their net. So they have complete control of this ball, so going all the way back is just giving away possession and saying, okay, go ahead guys, your turn. Now, in a situation like this, the ball's gonna roll into your corner. Mm-hmm. They are gonna be coming up this wall, attacking. So currently, you have no idea what angle they're coming from. I would literally just let this ball roll into the corner. And the reason being, challenging this ball on the wall, when you have no idea where they are, they could literally be like right off screen right now, about to hit this ball, and you'd have no idea. Literally just keep space, let the ball roll, and then try to take possession up this corner wall. Corners are actually your safest place in your defensive half.
Oh, I love corners.
Correct.
I love pressuring people in corners.
If you ever have an opportunity to bring you the ball into your own corner on defense, that is the safest place for it to be. Because you're going to be good from there. And now you're in a really awkward spot trying to figure out how to rotate around this ball. I think this is going to, if I remember correctly, yeah. Okay, this goes back to right here. If you take this ball up the corner, this awkwardness doesn't really exist. But as soon as we get into this position, we have two choices. Either A, we go up this wall. If we go up this wall, we need to touch this. Which you try to do, but unfortunately, you steer out of the way of the ball, because you don't read the trajectory of it. Unfortunate. That's probably your best option. So what you did is probably the best option. After the ball gets past you like this, Jerry takes over. The last thing we want to do is keep ourselves in an awkward position. Currently, Jerry's got control of this ball in the corner. Us staying in the corner ain't really going to do us a whole lot of favors, because if this ball gets challenged and it's like a hard challenge, it's going to go away from us and we're going to have to recover to be able to play it anyway. I would recommend in this situation, instead of just circling around like we do here, just come off this wall and drive back into net, and then face the play from inside the net. Because from inside the net, you can defend whatever happens.
Yeah, which I do often. It just every once in a while I do stuff like that where it's like I'm getting ready. I'm like overly aggressive on getting ready to make the next play, which backfires.
This is why we build 2-goal leads, so that awkward situations don't kill us. A-okay on the kickoff. This is a small thing, but it goes a long way. I would be careful of doing that. So you'll notice that you jump, you flip, but then before you land, you already turn your car, and you're facing a different direction. And the problem with that is unless you're holding drift when you do this, you just killed all of your momentum. So it's actually faster, even though it's a bit of a longer route, to just let your momentum carry you forward, grab this boost, and drive slightly up the wall to be able to turn around and maintain your speed, than killing all of your momentum by doing this. Chilling out midfield. Oh, that's just in the net, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh dear. Okay. So, again, awkward situations. Jerry needs to just go. At a certain point, again, he is first man, he just needs to challenge this. Since he doesn't, you're kind of in this awkward spot where you're both in the same area, and Jerry turns. So at this moment, Jerry's turning. You know he's not going to recognize that you're coming forward, so he's probably going to face upfield, which is going to make this a really dangerous situation. When going for challenges like this, as hard as it is to think about, we always need to be cognizant of where our goal is in relation to the challenge. So in this scenario, the goal is back to your right-hand side. What we don't want to do is we don't want to allow them to have a free touch in that direction. So you go in for this challenge, and realistically, this is totally fine. However, where you're challenging matters. Because if we challenge to the left side of the ball, we're giving up the right side of the field. Where in this scenario, the right side of the field is where we don't want the ball to go, because that's in the direction of our net. We would much rather this ball go to the left side, because if it's on the left side, that's fine. We can recover back, we can still play defense. We don't want to allow them to challenge this ball passes to the right. So when we jump for this, we should be jumping over here rather than over here.
I just go for the shot. That's my problem.
So just always make sure you're challenging the ball goal side when you don't know for a fact that you're going to get a solid 50. And in the scenario where we're just diving and hoping for the best, challenging goal side is going to help us a lot.
Can't hear 50-50 and just not start laughing because of first now.
150-50 coming right up. So unfortunately, lost a 2-goal lead, but we're fine. Okay, another small thing that'll help you out quite a bit. I want you to pay attention to your boost usage here, because right here we're going supersonic. And I'm sure you know this, but you can tell we're supersonic by the fact that we can see the trails coming out of our car. Once you see these trails, you do not need to boost anymore.
Oh, okay.
There is a very small difference. Like, it is minuscule, the difference that boosting while supersonic makes. But it makes almost no difference. It's not even noticeable. As long as you're driving in a straight line, you will maintain supersonic speed. The only way you'll lose supersonic is if you go up a wall or you turn. Good 50, I like that. Looks like another bit of a panic jump. You saw the goal and went, okay, gotta go fast. It's important to realize, and again, this will come with more time, but literally this dude is in such an awkward spot. Like, this ball is bouncing down towards his net. He's got you coming in, so he is the one that has to make a play on this ball. Because if he doesn't, this is a goal. You actually, in this situation, you are gonna beat this guy so often that you can actually afford to slow down. So when you aerial, especially when the ball is like rolling up like that, you want to make sure that you're jumping up instead of out. And the problem often when you're like boosting forward is when you aerial, if you don't point your nose up fast enough, you end up jumping like really far forward instead of up. And a way that you can kind of fix this is even if you're going fast, you can also hit the brakes slightly before you jump as well.
Okay.
Because that'll slow you down, and the slower you're going before you jump, the easier it is to control the aerial. Additionally, one of the things that'll probably be beneficial for you is learning how to fast aerial. Essentially, it is double jumping into an aerial, which gets you up in the air a whole lot faster.
Yeah, if I remember to, sometimes I do, but it doesn't happen often.
Yeah, especially at like the rank you're at, if you can do that consistently, you will beat so many people in the air. It's not even funny. What is important is that when you aerial, make sure your nose gets pointed as far up as possible before using your second jump, because that'll help you also not go forward. Just fine. Good cutoff there.
It's another thing I still can't kick is like jumping at the walls. It's weird though because I've gotten better at like landing on all four. It's like I know how I need to land in order to get on the wall properly. Doesn't always work, but it doesn't always work.
But you didn't nosedive this time.
I'm like a freaking cat, like jumping off something and just landing on all fours.
This is a good sequence though. Like you cut off this guy in the corner, which is great. He is now awkward. Jerry bumps him, which is even better, and then you are almost able to get like a really good dunk on this guy. I don't mind this challenge because you have help behind you, so just go for it. Like that's perfect. Okay, so right here, we want to be careful about turning. We probably shouldn't turn here, and reason being, so Jerry gets this touch. We know that this guy is going to have the next touch. There's no world that we turn and beat him with this ball. So if we turn here, at a higher rank, this guy's just going to shoot this. Because by turning here, you are giving up your net completely for free. Because you're not going to block this guy. Jerry's out of the play. So literally, any higher rank, he's just shooting this. If you're facing your net, and that you know they're going to have a touch, just let them touch it. Don't turn. You can turn after they get the touch. Like, if you were still backwards and he still did this, you would turn and that's a free ball. Because he's completely lost possession of it. And you would have been at midfield facing your net, and this would have been free touch for you. So don't turn and put yourself out of position, because you will give up a lot of goals for free.
That's when I yelled at him.
I mean, I will say, at the very least, I actually don't mind him taking this boost. And the reason being, so at least he didn't also take this back corner.
Yeah.
If he takes
he does not like that. When I told him about that, he's like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm like, well, tough. I'm doing it anyway.
If he had taken this back corner and then took this mid, that's bad. But realistically, in this situation, he's the one that's going to be driving up to make a play on this. So, and he's already facing forward, so him taking this boost actually makes sense. Because he doesn't have any other boost. So you can still go back and get this corner. And he can move up to make a play on the ball. Oh!
Another one of those moments where I'm like, crap, I didn't get enough on this.
I was gonna say, and this is another one of those situations where double jump aerialing will make this a lot easier. And also notice how you take off. So you jump, look at how your car is still flat. Like, you're boosting, and your car still isn't pointed up, which is why you're going to fly under this ball. So make sure that when you start boosting, your car is actually vertical, because that's going to get you the height that you want. Even if you're not double jumping, make sure that you're actually boosting in the proper direction. Boosting forward doesn't really do you a whole lot of good. This is fine. Nice shot. We take those. The one thing I will say about this play, and it's minor, I would limit doing that power slide as often as possible.
Gotcha.
Reason being, again, is that number one, it kills your momentum, but number two, it extremely limits what you can defend in the net. Yeah, so what you did is you kind of did this, whereas that's totally fine if you did it here. Because from here, you can defend literally everything. And then you can inch out as need be. If you put yourself here, you have a lot less defensive possibilities. So always give yourself as many options as possible. This is the safest place to be on defense, because you can defend literally everything, as well as you are also a lot harder to bump if you're in here. Because someone will have to go way out of their way to come bump you, and you also have a lot more avenues of running around. This is good. Again, here, careful with how close you're getting. There's no reason to turn upfield here like this. Jerry's kind of floundering this ball, and we know darn well that he is not going to control this for very long. And he's got two people bearing down on him. So instead of like being this close where any touch they make, you're not going to have time to react to it, being back around the net is going to be a lot better, because then whatever touch they get, they're going to hit it away from themselves, so then you have time to go towards the ball and challenge them, instead of this happening, and now you are in no man's land and have no way to really make a play on this ball without being super awkward. Luckily you make it, and they leave the boost for you. How kind. It's fine though. Again, watch those hard drift turns. Good shot. And this kind of gives you an idea on what you kind of almost did earlier. If you remember that play where you like were facing your net and then you turned and faced the ball and they could have shot it. This is literally exactly what this guy does. So he is facing his net. So he's currently in a position to defend whatever touch you have. But watch, he turns and then you hit it. So now he has no chance to get back. So this is what you want to avoid doing. Which is what you did earlier, but you weren't punished for it. You're just better at shooting them, apparently. Jeez, I'm surprised they haven't forfeited yet. This is a massacre.
I don't think they do in this game.
That's impressive. Normally in Plat, like, you get down, like, 3 goals, and everyone's just like, okay, I'm done. You score again? No, almost.
Right, barely.
The one thing I will say is just watch your hesitation in corners like this. This guy is taking his sweet time to do whatever the heck he's doing. I literally just rushed this. Just don't even.
My mentality was I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it, because there's been many times where it either bounces off the wall too much or doesn't bounce enough, and I completely overshoot it.
That's fair. And I do this too. Like literally, I'll wait until I'm like sure I know what I'm doing, but then the problem is I get beat.
Yeah.
And in a high, like in Diamond or Champ especially, this guy is just gonna cut this around you. He's gonna see you jump and he's just gonna cut it. So just go as fast as possible and don't even give them a chance. And the more used you get to going fast, the easier all these touches become. This is fine. We're chilling. Nice. Good beat. In a situation like this is again, don't panic. You have time, because they literally are both out of the play. I don't know how far away the other guy is, but we don't need to rush this touch.
Yeah, all I was trying to do was just set it up for him. Like, that was one of the few times where I wasn't actually trying to hit it myself.
General rule of thumb, you have this, shoot this.
Gotcha.
Even if you miss, if you unless like the ball is impossible to shoot, which this ball is not, just shoot it. Not that it matters, because I think we're gonna win this game anyway.
I don't know. It might be a tough one. Yeah.
12 seconds, 5 goals in Platinum. Yeah, they definitely can do this. I believe. Good challenge. I like that. One more for the road. Aw, close. Cool.
I tried.
Yeah, that's definitely better than like last time, for sure. I think the things that'll help you this time is knowing when you're boosting, when you don't have to anymore. So as soon as you hit Supersonic, you're good to not boost. That'll help you preserve boost around the field. Being more patient on your aerials and making sure that when you aerial, you're not boosting like this, because that's going to get you nowhere, but instead you're boosting like this. Even if you don't double jump, which I would recommend starting to incorporate that, even if you don't double jump, just making sure that you're pulling back on your stick and your vertical will get you a long way. Also boosting while you're going up instead of like jumping and then boosting. You want to make sure that when you go up for your aerials, you're already boosting. Again, just not being afraid to take control of the ball. I know you said you panic whenever you like take a dribble.
Oh yeah, I do not like dribbles.
The more you do them, the more comfortable you'll get, and that is like the best way to maintain possession of the ball. Also, just not being afraid to take 50-50s. If the ball lands on your car, you can literally just let it roll. You don't even need to get the ball like on top like an actual dribble. You can just push it and then like 50 it through your opponent, because they'll eventually have to come to you. So one of the best ways to just kind of control the game is to keep the ball close and then watch for where they're challenging from and just 50ing it on your own terms. I think that just about does it for everything I saw there. Did you have any questions?
Not that I can think of.